Hey guys, it is Reiyume Chibi once again. I am back with another video, and this month for September we're going to be talking about two different questions that I've received from patrons of mine. So the first question is from James, and he asks, since this is the first September where I won't be going back to school, how do I feel about that? Which is pretty interesting. And the second question is from Mark. He'd like to know, due to the pandemic that's happening with COVID-19, how has that impacted not just my life but also my cosplay career? Was it welcomed? Was it hated? And how has my cosplays changed since then? So both of them are big questions, so I'm going to try to answer them to the best of my ability. So for the first question for school, I'm actually very happy and very relieved that I'm not going back. It's great to be graduated. It sucks because COVID kind of robbed me from my graduation ceremony for my master's degree. So that hasn't been very nice. There's kind of a whole bunch of drama surrounding that. The students have not received any sort of refunds for our tuition for the graduation ceremony. We were told that we would get a graduation ceremony. Of course, COVID-19 interrupted that, but we have not heard updates for almost 5 to 6 months from our school. Not cool. So I'm not pretty happy with my university at all, but I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other students that have experienced the same, and we kind of just have to move forward and push from there. But since then, I've become a registered social worker. I do have a job. I'm working with women who experience domestic violence, and I get them connected to services. So it's a very difficult job, but it's a rewarding job. So I'm very, very happy about that, and also glad that I'm actually able to work during the pandemic. So there has been progress since I've graduated, and I'm just very happy that I don't have to worry about any sort of projects, presentations, group projects. I'm sorry, I can't do it with the group projects. It's too much stress. Yeah, I'm just glad that there's no deadlines anymore. That was the toughest part. It wasn't too difficult in school. I got A's for the most part. I think my lowest grade was probably an A-. So I'm pretty happy with my hard work. I did a lot of hard work for that. But I did put a lot of stress on myself, especially because for a master's degree, it's so fast-paced. You need to get a lot done in a short amount of time, especially for assignments. And based on my degree, I didn't have to do any exams, which was great. But because I had no exams, I had a lot more assignments and presentations to do, plus practicum on top of that. So it was very busy all the time, and I felt like I didn't really get a break, and I would have to travel almost an hour and a bit to get to school, commuting, not driving. So it was a lot of tight spaces on the subway and on the train, and you'd have to fight for a seat if you wanted one. I'm 4'11", so my mouth fights, but no one can really see me. So, I mean, that kind of sucked. But it's really good to not have to go back and deal with that stress, so I am fairly happy. I do like learning, and I do like teaching, but I don't know, it was just too much, and it was just really crappy timing, especially with COVID. So I'm just glad that it's over and done with. Yeah, so that's my answer for school. As for Mark's question, so how has COVID impacted not just my career, but also cosplay in general, and my life? At first, as I mentioned, I didn't get to graduate. Classes ended very early, not very early, but they ended early for me, so I couldn't really finish the things that I started. I was counseling clients, and I had to actually cancel all of my appointments with those clients, and I didn't even get to see them often, so I missed out on that and those experiences, which broke my heart because I knew those clients needed assistance at that time. So that was difficult to deal with. And then as for life, it was kind of hard because I didn't feel like I had much of a purpose. I was trying to kind of pick up the pieces of a busy life that just suddenly stopped. So that was kind of hard. not just mentally, but also physically. I noticed that I wasn't active anymore. Soccer stopped for me. I was on a co-ed soccer team. I couldn't do that anymore. And traveling anywhere I couldn't do, just like everybody else. I couldn't go anywhere, really, so I was stuck home. Gaming was like my go-to for everything. And I tried working out a little bit, but like, let's get real, I'm lazy. So that didn't last very long, maybe a month at most. So it was really hard to deal with mentally. And I know that was the case for a lot of people in this world, but we did push through it. We're here, so that's what's important. Over time, it was nice because eventually we got to see people and see friends a little more often, and the restrictions kind of lifted, so that helped a lot as well. And I felt like things were starting to kind of go back to normal. Then I got employed, so that really gave me purpose again, and I've been working from home ever since. I can't complain. Pajama pants all the way. So I'm pretty happy about that. As for cosplay, it did impact cosplay quite a bit. I couldn't do location shoots. I haven't been in contact with majority of the photographers that I've hung out with or done photo shoots with because of COVID. So I was basically doing a lot of self-shooting with my phone. And if it wasn't me, it was my boyfriend Cameron who was doing photo shoots with me with his phone. We've been kind of doing that ever since, because again, COVID is not 100% gone. So since then, cosplay has kind of went down. I've been doing cosplaying, as you guys have seen, every month I deliver, but most of them are closet cosplays or kind of shot more of a self-shot photo shoot. Some of them are even selfies, so it was a little hard to navigate, but I feel like I did okay. Since then, I'm trying to do a lot more location shoots, so I'm trying to find proper backgrounds and settings for the characters that I'm cosplaying, and I'm starting to do that a little more often. Same with boudoir shoots, I had to stick at home for most of them, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I haven't done any big builds. The time for that, I had the time, but I didn't have the motivation. I know, it sucks. So, I have been trying to deliver cosplays that most people have wanted to see. So popular characters or my spin on characters to make them a little more original. And COVID wasn't really welcomed for me, but it did make things convenient. I was able to stay home for all of them. And as soon as I was done my self-shoots, I was able to get out of the cosplay quickly and literally make some popcorn and watch a movie right after. I can't complain about that. Did I hate it? I hated dealing with COVID, but not for cosplay. It made cosplaying a little bit easier and less stressful, so I'm pretty thankful for that. Yeah, so COVID has had a big impact on my life. I know I'm definitely not the only one. I know you guys have also dealt with it and are going through the motions trying to get back to normal, whatever normal is. And we're all in this together. We just gotta keep doing what we can to be safe and hope that it goes away soon. Yeah, so that's been my life. It's been pretty positive. I can't complain too much. I'm very grateful and I'm actually very privileged. So I have to be mindful of the fact that it may not go my way, but it's been good overall. It could always be worse. And that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my answers. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next month. Okay, bye for now.